Hi everyone, and welcome back to Adventures in Handmade with Siouxsie Q. That's me. I can't believe this is the third episode of Adventures in Handmade already. Just a few weeks ago, this show was an idea rattling around in my head, and now here we are, 3 shows on, and having so much fun. At least I am. Uh, this week I'm doing something a little bit different. You can see I am refilling the capsules for our vending machine, Cindy the Vendy. Even though I haven't quite finished the packaging restock, I thought you might want to see something a little different since this is supposed to be behind the scenes. Um, and if you know me personally, you know that I am obsessed with capsule machines. So much so that when we're at New York Comic Con and Bondi puts up that lovely giant booth full of capsule machines, Jeremy often won't let me leave our booth with anything that can be used as a form of payment. So no cash, no wallet, no phone, no watch, because I will go crazy and buy all the capsules. Poor Jeremy gets this look of defeat every time he sees me come around the corner clutching those bags of beautiful plastic tchotchkes. It just makes me so happy. It's a little like gambling, except everybody wins. But to be fair, I do have to back off a little bit because my desk is full of beautiful plastic tchotchkes and I'm running out of space. So I guess I'll have to find something different to buy when we get to New York in October. I'm sure that will be really hard. Um, anyway, I digress. I'm off topic again. Cindy is one of my favorite parts of our booth. And when she first arrived in our studio, she needed a tiny makeover. She was this gorgeous, lovely shade of bright blue that did not go with the rest of our booth decor. So, being the do-it-yourselfer I am, we packed off for the garage, and Cindy got a coat of black paint and some fairy lights, and I bought pink capsules. They're all pink, which you can see at the bottom of the screen, and I know is shocking. And of course, another shocking item, I added a Siouxsie Q's logo sticker to Cindy's plexiglass. And now she fits in beautifully with the other displays, and I just couldn't be happier. She looks amazing. Um, Another reason, besides my general obsession with capsule machines, I had for including a vending machine in our display was to help with our blind box situation. Now, I know blind boxes and vending machines are not unusual in the convention and show circuit, but we ran into some interesting hurdles which I hadn't anticipated with our first blind boxes. People were digging through the display and scattering the boxes on the floor and all over the table. And some people were shaking the boxes and damaging the pieces inside because they were trying to find, the good piece, the more expensive piece. And as you can see here, this dragon scale bracelet is a lot heavier than some of our other pieces. And so people were looking for the heavier boxes and damaging things and making a mess. And it was just crazy. So we did discontinue our blind boxes for a minute until we got Cindy. And now that you can't shake the blind boxes anymore. And I feel like it makes things a little more equitable for all the customers. But don't get me wrong, nobody ever lied to me and told me that the world was fair, especially this week. But if there's something I can do, even something silly like blind boxes and vending machine capsules that help level the playing field a little bit, I feel like I should do it. And so I did. And and we started doing blind boxes as a way to deal with some of our one-off or discontinued merchandise. I don't know if you know this, but our supplies, the rings that we use come in dye lots, like fabric or like yarn. And so from time to time, even though the people involved in the production of our supplies strive for consistency, from time to time, there's just a big difference between dye lots. And the colors, one shade of blue is dramatically different from the next. And that we were running into some of that where we had supply inventory that we couldn't integrate into our existing supplies because it was too different, or we had leftovers from a large scale project that I didn't want to go to waste. Or, in the case of one of our bead suppliers a few years ago, they completely discontinued their entire bead line. And we do adjustments in our booth, and I didn't feel right about selling some of those beaded items at full price because we couldn't make alterations. I didn't have enough beads. And so that was sort of the initial birth of our blind box, and then later our vending machine, Cindy. And it was just a great way to deal with some of our, I don't want to say odd pieces out or anything because they're all brand new pieces, but the colors are different, or like I said, there's been a discontinuation for whatever reason. But anyway, Cindy is a great a great replacement for our previous blind box display, and acts as a really exciting, really fun conversation starter because everybody wants to know what's in the capsules. You can't really see what's inside from the outside of the machine. So let me answer that question for you now. What is in the capsules? Well, for starters, each capsule sells for $15. We give you a token, which is a custom Siouxsie Q's token that Jeremy made. It's pink, of course, and has our logo on it, the S in our fonts. And again, the tokens sell for $15. And when you drop your token in the machine, you get a piece of our handmade jewelry, an individually wrapped starburst, and an exclusive sticker that I designed myself. The stickers have little puns on them. The one that you can see right now is a little polar bear, and it says, "You are very cool." And if you don't like puns, well, I'll still like you, but I might give you a little bit of a side eye because puns are cool and puns are fun. So yay puns. Um, Each capsule has a minimum retail value of at least $18. Although lately there's been a lot, you can see a Rondo bracelet here, which typically retails for $70, and the Dragon Scale bracelet from a little bit earlier retails for $84. So it's a good value. And I understand that sometimes our pieces don't fit in everybody's budget, and this is a more budget friendly option, I think, and it's a lot of fun. Again, it's like gambling, but everybody wins. Um, so, as I mentioned before, this is an excellent way for us to part with some of our non standard or discontinued products. And it's a lot of fun to watch people put their tokens in and see what they get. Because it turns out that Cindy, my inanimate vending machine, which I name and call by her name, is psychic. I know what you're thinking, and I can hear your eyes rolling from here, but it turns out to be true. Um, how can a vending machine be psychic? I will tell you, my friend. On more than one occasion, and Jeremy, Adrian, and Tarina can back me up on this because they have seen it firsthand. We've had a customer talking about how they would like a specific style or a specific color. But again, at that moment, it's not budget friendly for them. And I get it. I blow my budget at the convention all the time, clutching bags of plastic tchotchkes. Anyway, but the token, again, is a budget friendly option. And more often than not, that customer will drop their token in the machine and they turn out to get the exact style they wanted, or their favorite color, or in a couple of truly bizarre moments, they got the exact piece, like the exact style and the exact color that they were hoping for or that they had been looking at on the table. And it's just amazing. Cindy's moments of psychicness are always strange, and it's so weird and it's so joyful. And I'm so pleased to be able to witness these unusual moments with our customers. Uh, and I hope that you get the chance to witness it yourself one day. It's one of the many things that make me feel so privileged to be able to do Siouxsie Q's and to do these shows and conventions. because again, I love interacting with our customers. I love the art that I make, and I love these weird little things that pop up that can only happen in these circumstances. Um, Speaking of conventions, everything we're doing right now, all of the packaging restock, all of the inventory we're making, all of the capsules we're refilling is in service to getting ready for Emerald City Comic Con. Again, that is going to be March 6th through 9th at the Seattle Convention Center in Seattle, Washington. And I hope you can come. I know tickets are still available. I know Emerald City is still announcing guests. The lineup is shaping up to be really great. It looks like John Boyega from Star Wars is going to be there. Elijah Wood, Sean Austin, and John Rhys Davies from Lord of the Rings are scheduled to appear. So that's pretty exciting. I know that the artist list and the exhibitors list are live on their website, and we have a link to that on our events page if you can't find it. I don't know which artists are going to attend just because I haven't had a chance to look yet, but I will do that shortly. I'm very excited to be back in Seattle. The thing that does not excite me is that it's only 5 weeks away. And again, I said last week that it seems like a long time. I'm sure it seems like a long time to a lot of people, but for Kira and I, who are making every piece of jewelry, making every piece of packaging, refilling every capsule, making every sticker, making every display in some cases, it's not a lot of time. And we are noses to the grindstone right now. Our freight is going to ship out very, very soon. So I'm just trying to get everything ready. And now I'm going to have another delay, which I know it sounds like I'm complaining, but I am absolutely not complaining. My sister's childcare provider has pneumonia. Poor nanny. I hope she gets well soon. But since she cannot work at the moment, I get to leave town and go spend a week-ish with my beautiful baby niece. And let me tell you, if you think that is a hardship on me, you are wrong. I have tons of stuff that I bought her in Disneyland when we were there a few weeks ago, and I've made some new toys and new clothes in the meantime for her. And if my sister mistakenly gives me the car keys and the car seat, I will likely buy everything that that little girl lays eyes on. Um, she is a just pure joy in my life, and I'm so excited to get to spend some time with her and with my sister and brother-in-law, even though it's not under the ideal circumstances. So I have also been pestering my sister to let me have the baby as a show guest. So at this moment, I'm unsure if we will be back for episode 4 next week or in 2 weeks. But if we're back next week, it will be my niece and I talking baby care and handmade goods. And well, I mean, really, it'll be me talking again, and the baby will just be cooing, and she's very good at imitating Chewbacca and blowing raspberries. So hopefully we can pull that off. It'll be great. After Emerald City, and after I get back from helping with the baby, we will be going to Chicago in the first part of April for C2E2. And I have had C2E2 on the brain lately because yesterday on Monday, my friend Tabitha from Weaving Links Mail posted this unbelievable dragon sculpture. It's part sculpture, it's part jewelry, it's part pauldron. If you're not up on your armor speak, a pauldron is a piece that you wear across your shoulder. And it's giant, it's beautiful and perfect and black and purple. If I sound like I'm gushing, it's because I am. Tabitha is an amazing artist and deserves all praise. I am unsure if this latest dragon was a customer commission or if it is just generally available, but if you get a moment, check out her Instagram, Weaving Links Mail, or her website. It's the same, and it's just stunning work. You may find that you are wondering why I'm talking to you about a different chainmail artist while I'm trying to promote my own art. And that is very simple. It's because I feel like we're a community rather than in a competition. The neat thing about chainmail artists is that first, there's way more of us than you ever thought. And I'm pretty sure that you never really thought about us that much, but, and that's okay. But there are a lot of us all over the world. And the really neat thing about chainmail artists is that we all use the same supplies from the same suppliers and the same tools, and we all learn exactly the same weaves when we get started. Because the basis for all of our work is hundreds and in some cases thousands of years old, and so we all start, like I said, we all start with the same supplies, the same tools, the same. We learn the same weaves, but in spite of that, we all do something tremendously different with these common factors. I feel like I really excel in color work, and I love structure and color theory, and putting those things together is just amazing. And as I've mentioned before, Tabitha has this tremendous eye for sculpture, and it's extraordinary. Tabitha and I know another woman, Jen, who I believe is based out of Florida, and her style is very industrial and um, not quite biker, but it is very industrial. She uses primarily titanium and stainless steel, and it's just marvelous that we can take the same things. The three of us can take the same things and come up with something so different. Um, I just feel like it's extraordinary, and I'm feeling very lucky to be part of such an amazing community. And also, why would I reinvent the wheel making a sculpture that probably won't turn out very well because I don't do it very often, when I can send you to Tabitha and you can get something perfect and beautiful that she does all the time, that she's really honed that craft and that skill. Or if you're looking for something less delicate and less colorful, why wouldn't I send you to Jen and you can get something, that's again much more industrial, much less delicate. It's still just as beautiful, still just as structured and amazing. And I've been thinking about that a lot lately, that maybe art shouldn't be a competition among the artists, but it should be a competition with yourself. How can you improve? How can you hone your craft? How can you take your skill to the next level? Whether it's making new pieces, or finding new colorways, or experimenting with techniques that you don't usually use. Kira is a visual artist as well, and they were telling me the other day they're doing a lot of face studies right now in their drawing, because faces are historically a little difficult for them to draw, and so they're taking that time to sort of again hone the skill. And Kira's not in competition with everybody else who draws. They're in competition with finding their best selves, and I think that's amazing, especially right now when things are looking a little bleak. So, before I wander off and before things get too deep, I do want to say I can't wait to get to Chicago and hopefully see Tabitha's giant dragon sculpture, because it's amazing. And just try and hang in there. I know the days are a little dark at the moment, but just remember that there is power in community, and there is power in self-care, and there is power in art. And so take those things with you, and reach out if you need to, and reach out if you just want to say hi again. um, Thanks for being here. I am so grateful to get to ramble at you all for 20 minutes every week. It's incredible for me to get to share this art, to share what I do, the craft and the art of what I do. And so, yeah, I hopefully will be back next week. But again, if not next week, definitely in 2 weeks. And hang in there and keep making beautiful things. And we'll see you soon.